Okay, so here's how my bro and I figure out the Tron level cycles. So there's the key to making this work is remembering the pattern to these 6 levels here, level 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And how we do that is we break these levels down into 2 categories. We have mains, and the mains are the tank levels and the cycles. And we have the secondary levels, which are the grid bugs and the cones. And the reason that we break them apart is there's more, there's one more level of cone and grid bugs than there are of the mains. So the reason we focus, or we call these mains, is because going into these levels, you have to know which tank and cycles level you're on before it starts, or else you're done. The secondaries, as far as the grid bugs and the cone, you can kind of figure it out as it, once it starts, and there's really no need to know what's going on. You can get it on the fly. So we'll talk about how the main levels work. So, and we'll show you after this. We'll show you the patterns we use for each of these levels. So the first time you reach PL1, you're on PL1 main and PL1 secondaries. Same thing for Pascal, Algol, Assembly, OS. When you get to JCL, the main jumps back to PL1. So now JCL is essentially PL1, tanks and cycles, and JCL, grid bugs and cones. So after PL1 slash JCL, the next level is going to be Pascal slash PL1 secondaries. And it just goes in that whole Algol, then Algol slash Pascal. And it just keeps repeating. Eventually, you will get back to PL1 slash PL1, and that is at the end of one complete loop. That usually happens somewhere around 500,000-600,000 points. But so let's go ahead. We'll get we don't have a tripod. We'll figure something out. We'll get the camera set up, and we'll show you all of the patterns and how we approach each level. So when first starting off, it's probably easiest just to remember the primaries until you get the rotation down, and then start worrying about the secondaries. That's pretty much what we did. We would only keep track of the primaries at first. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a game. Well, the first few levels are boring, so I'm gonna skip them. We'll start at basic. All right. So for basic, I don't know. It's not really the way to do that. There you go, perfect. You'll notice that the basic secondaries are the same as the Pascal secondaries, but that's not really important to remember. Normally I start point pressing at Fortran, but I'm not going to for this video because that'll take a lot longer than it really needs to. And the tanks, this is the same as the OS tanks, same exact pattern. That's how we do this. So Fortran. The Fortran tanks, most people just go straight into the center. That's kind of boring. So we do that instead. Fortran, you could just do this. And this is the only one you can do that on. Snowball. Fast cone from the right. It's the same as the Algol secondary. You do that a little differently too. You do it how you want to. So that one, it's important you don't turn the the spinner before the game starts, because you want to be pointing straight to the right for that one for sure. PL1. The PL1 tanks we do differently also. Most people go up into the center. We do it a little differently than that.
PL1 is fast from the left.
The opposite of Algol. I normally try to clear the center a little bit and then go up on the sides. And if one side is too heavy, you just go to the other one. PL1. Now this is the same. Oops. Normally I just come down and I come down straight, but that works too. Alright, and then the tanks. We do the tanks a little differently. I'm gonna wait here a little bit so that guy on the left goes up, and I just kinda... It's important you wait for that guy on the left to go past this point here. You can see that. Otherwise, he'll come to the right after you. You gotta wait till he goes higher than that. It's hard to explain. You'll rewatch it. Pascal. Just like that. Straight to the wall. This is the same as the basic one, so the Pascal secondaries are the same as basic secondaries. The speed may vary. In Algol or PL1 up to user number 2, some of the tanks are a little faster than the rest of the game. After that, it slows down again. That's how it usually looks. Algol is the same primaries as Fortran, so I'll do the tanks and the cycles the same way. Except it's a little faster.
No, user 2
is
user fast one.
Yeah, okay, I apologize. So we'll do this. You want to get between these two black lines here, and just like that. If you go too low, one of the guys will come down the right side. If you go too high, then I don't remember.
Same thing.
Yeah, same deal. We're on Algol, so it's got the snowball secondaries, right? Fast gun.
Algol secondaries. Let's keep to the.
And I said it has the snowball secondaries, is what I said.
Yeah.
Assembly is a strange one. So the tanks you want to be holding up immediately. So no matter what we do here, I'm going to be holding up. Okay, it wasn't the tanks. You want to go up into the middle as fast as possible. Also, the cycles are a little different too. So that's normally when I point press, I'll clear out a side and make a safe base, and then I'll just sit there and point press. But I first want to get close to that portal assembly. I'm holding up for this specifically. You gotta be real fast at that. If you're not holding up, you're probably going to get hit by that.
You can also go down.
Right.
You can go down and into the underside of that teleport.
Here's the weird one. We're going to go straight to the wall. Down, left. Then the cone. When I point press, we don't point press on the cone. We will get in as fast as possible. It's not worth it, not a lot of points. OS has the same tanks as basic, same primaries as basic, I should say, and the same secondaries as Fortran. Wait a minute. Not true. Same tanks as basic, the same cycles as Snowball.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, I apologize. That's why we call it OS and not the other ones. So that's a little faster though, so you gotta be quick with the tanks.
We never get bit. It's bad luck.
That's not true. You get bit whenever you can.
Yeah.
We're on the cycles OS, so it's the same thing as 5, or Pascal, I should say.
Yeah, you take it straight to the wall.
Okay, JCL has the slow cone
PL1
and
mains.
PL1 mains. So
Fast too.
yeah. My favorite cone, least dangerous one. Okay. Okay. JCL. That one's kind of scary. You have to do it like that. It's really tough to do it any other way. Right between those two duck lines and straight down.
Now, user 1, it's
So user 1 is going to be Pascal mains and
PL1 secondary.
PL1 secondary. So
That means it's going to have a fast cone to from the left.
Right. So do I keep hitting your arm?
No, not really. A little bit.
Hate that cone.
Yeah. Okay, so
So-
user 2, that's Algol mains
Yep.
and
Pascal secondaries.
Pascal. Yeah.
If you're too slow there, the only thing you can do is go into the bottom of the teleporter. Not into it, but camp there and kill things.
Yeah.
If you're too slow at that first part, or else you won't make it over here.